Magic layers are like an onion, but not really. But they are both difficult to get through without crying. But in all seriousness, I just built a new commander deck with Eska's Chariot as the commander. I built this deck to make tokens and to make more tokens. But this is a video about layers. I came across a scenario that I thought was really interesting with a card called Mirage Mirror. So the idea is if you have Mirage Mirror on the board and you have a Mishra's Factory, a land that can animate itself into a creature, and then something that's not a creature that you want to make token copies of, like a Parallel Lives. So if you have all three of these pieces on the battlefield, let's say we paid 2 mana into Mirage Mirror and we make it into a copy of Parallel Lives. While that trigger is still in the stack, we're going to activate Mirage Mirror again to make it a copy of Mishra's Factory. Once it becomes a copy of Mishra's Factory, we'll activate Mishra's ability to become a 2/2 assembly worker creature, and it's still a land until end of turn. And then that ability will resolve, making it into a 2/2 creature until end of turn, and then Mirage Mirror will become a copy of Parallel Lives. My question is, once Mirage Mirror becomes a copy of the Parallel Lives, will it still be a 2/2 creature? So what we have is a permanent with multiple effects trying to change its characteristics at the same time. So what we need to do is we need to apply those effects in layer order. So we're going to apply its latest copy effect, copying the Parallel Lives, in layer 1, and then we'll go down and adjust it in layer 4, making it into a creature, and then in layer 7, adjusting its power and toughness to being a 2/2. So at the end of the day, you'll have a copy of a Parallel Lives that's also a 2/2 creature. But why does this matter? In this deck, I want to make my permanents into creatures so I can put something on them like maybe a Helm of the Host to make it into a creature token. Now, Helm of the Host says that it creates a token copy of something. Now, here's where it gets tricky. The token copy that Helm of the Host is going to make is going to be a token copy of the equipped creature, which is a Parallel Lives. So it'll make a copy, a token copy. Boom. Now, will this token copy also be a 2/2 Parallel Lives? No, it won't, because all the copyable effects are in layer 1. The things that were making this copy of Parallel Lives into a creature happened in layer 4 and in layer 7. So even though that Helm of the Host makes a token copy of the creature it's equipped to, the token that it's making in this case will just be a Parallel Lives. But this deck doesn't care, because once I have a token, my Eska's Chariot can make a token copy of any token that I have, not just creature tokens. But one thing I forgot is, since I already have a Parallel Lives and this is also a copy, when I make another token, it'll get doubled and doubled again. So I'll make 4 token copies of Parallel Lives. And then when I go to attack with Eska's Chariot to make another token copy, I'll double it 6 times, which means I'll make 64 token copies of Parallel Lives. If you want to know more about layers, I made a little layers cheat sheet, and I'm selling these on my Etsy store that I'll leave both in the description of this video and in a pinned comment. But if you don't want to buy any off my Etsy store, I also sell cards on TCGPlayer. And if you buy any cards off my TCGPlayer, I'll send you one of these as a gift, so you can show them off to all your Magic friends and tell them that you're a master at Magic layers. I'll leave a link to my TCGPlayer store both in the description of this video and in a pinned comment.